wisdom,
prudentia,
justice,
justitia,
temperance,
temperantia,
courage.
fortitudo.
Applying ancient philosophy to modern life, this is the Sunday Stoic.
Welcome to the Sunday Stoic Podcast. Steve here, coming to you from Conway, Arkansas. This is the podcast where we apply ancient philosophy to modern life. A quick shout out to Derek, Daniel, and Jeannie. Thank you so much for joining as patrons to help support the show at www.patreon.com/SundayStoic. Your support is greatly appreciated. And also thanks to those who picked up a Sunday Stoic challenge coin on Etsy. I still have several left, so if you want one yourself, check out the link in the show description, and you can get one for yourself there. This week, we are talking about the Enchiridion chapters 24 and 25, and I believe the theme here is on missing out. If you kind of read through the Enchiridion, I think it's divided into chunks, like the first chunk up to, maybe verse 20 or so. Don't quote me on this exactly. It's kind of for beginning into the study of Stoicism. And then we have kind of a middle phase with more advanced directives, and then more advanced directives toward the end. But there's obviously a lot of overlap between them. And with a lot of what Epictetus has to say, today's readings focus a lot on what is and what is not in your power, but then also reminding yourself not to fear missing out. If you're going to take on a philosophical approach to life and really live up to it, you're going to miss out on things that others are experiencing. You're not going to have the same kinds of experiences as your friends or your former acquaintances who live the more, what should I say, unexamined life, let's say. You're going to have different kinds of experiences. Now, you can't pursue the philosophical life, while lamenting missing out on the experiences of the non-philosophical life. So this is what Epictetus is really going to talk about this week. Chapter 24.
Let not reflections such as these afflict you. I shall live without honor, and never be of any account. For if lack of honor is an evil, no one but yourself can involve you in evil any more than in shame. Is it your business to get office or to be invited to an entertainment? Certainly not. Where then is the dishonor you talk of? How can you be of no account anywhere, when you ought to count for something in those matters only which are in your power, where you may achieve the highest worth? But my friends, you say, will lack assistance. What do you mean by lack assistance? They will not have cash from you, and you will not make them Roman citizens. Who told you that to do these things is in our power, and not dependent upon others? Who can give to another what is not his to give? Get them then, says he, that we may have them. If I can get them and keep my self-respect, honor, magnanimity, show the way, and I will get them. But if you call on me to lose the good things that are mine, in order that you may win things that are not good, look how unfair and thoughtless you are. And which do you really prefer, money or a faithful, modest friend? Therefore help me rather to keep these qualities, and do not expect from me actions which will make me lose them. But my country, says he, will lack assistance so far as lies in me. Once more I ask, what assistance do you mean? It will not owe colonnades or baths to you. What of that? It does not owe shoes to the blacksmith, or arms to the shoemaker. It is sufficient if each man fulfills his own function. Would you do it no good if you secured to it another faithful and modest citizen? Yes. Well then, you would not be useless to it. What place then shall I have in the city? Whatever place you can hold while you keep your character for honor and self-respect. But if you are going to lose these qualities in trying to benefit your city, what benefit, I ask, would you have done her when you attained to the perfection of being lost to shame and honor?
Number 25.
Has someone had precedence of you at an entertainment, or in receiving honors, or been called in before you to give advice? If these things are good, you ought to be glad that he got them. If they are evil, do not be angry that you did not get them yourself. Remember that if you want to get what is not in your power, you cannot earn the same reward as others, unless you act as they do. How is it possible for one who does not haunt the great man's door to have equal shares with the one who does, or one who does not go in his train equally with one who does, or one who does not praise him with one who does? You will be unjust then and insatiable if you wish to get these privileges for nothing, without paying their price. What is the price of a lettuce? An obol, perhaps. If, then, a man pays his obol and gets his lettuces, and you do not pay and do not get them, do not think that you are defrauded, for he has the lettuces, so you have the obol you did not give. The same principle holds good, too, in conduct. If you were not invited to someone else's entertainment, because you did not give the host the price for which he sells his dinner, he sells it for compliments. He sells it for attentions. Pay him the price then, if it is to your profit. But if you wish to get the one and yet not give up the other, nothing can satisfy you in your folly. What, you say? You have nothing instead of the dinner? Nay, you have this. You have not praised the man you did not want to praise. You have not had to bear with the insults of his doorstep.
So in the 24th chapter of the Enchiridion, we have this character who is upset that they're going to take on a philosophical life, therefore they're not going to get a lot of honor, they're not going to make a lot of money, and they're worried that they're not going to therefore benefit their city, they're not going to benefit their family, they're not going to be thought well of because no one will really know they exist, and they're kind of having an issue with this perhaps hypothetical individual. And he says, well, hold on one moment. What things are in your power and what are not? Like, okay, so you won't be able to make your friends Roman citizens if they're not already. But that's something dependent upon others, not dependent upon you. But you can still be a friend to your friends even if you don't have a lot of money, right? You can have self-respect and honor, all these things that are truly up to you. You can have in excess by living the kind of life that we're talking about here, the philosophical life. And you will be able to maintain your magnanimity, your equanimity. You'll be able to be a good, faithful friend, but you won't be able to give them riches. But what's better, some money or a really good friend? He's asking that. He doesn't answer his question. That's up to you to decide. But he goes on to say, but what about my country? My country needs me. I could serve my country in, really high office and be, a proud warrior or whatever. And he says, well, isn't just being a really good, quiet citizen serving your country? Does your country need a good citizen? Sure it does. Oh, well, do that. That is your role. Do the things that you can do without losing your self-respect, without incurring shame or destroying your honor. It doesn't mean that you're going to appear on the front page of the newspaper or be on TV or whatever. That's not what it means. It means you'll know inside that you have done well and you've done your part. That is your place. And that rolls on into the next reading, number 25. once again, we're kind of lamenting that we're missing out. Like, oh, I wanted to be recognized. I wanted this person to praise me. I wanted to get this particular job or this particular award. But Epictetus says, well, remember, if you want these things, they come at a price. When you see someone get some of these things, realize that they have paid for them somehow. They have given something of themselves. They have sucked up to this powerful, rich person. They have done the dirty work that it took to get those rewards. Are you willing to do that work? Would that destroy your character? And are you willing to do it? And so when you see someone getting something, don't lament that you don't have it, but remember what you have kept by not earning that reward. You have kept your self-respect. You have kept your money in the case of the example of buying lettuce. So if you see your friend with a head of lettuce, don't go, oh man, I wish I had a head of lettuce. I can't believe he got a head of lettuce and I didn't. This is nonsense. What the heck are you doing? You still have that cash in your pocket. So yeah, they got the lettuce. They bought it. They paid out for that lettuce. You don't have lettuce, but you still have the cash. Just like they have the respect of some powerful person, or they have that new job or whatever, but they had to give up something to get that job. You still have that. So don't think of it as a loss on your part. Think about it the other way around, like the Stoics do. They turn things around. What do you still retain that person has lost in order to achieve whatever it is they've achieved? If you think that giving up something is to your benefit, is virtuous, then by all means consider doing it. But if it's giving into vice or lying or working with someone that you really don't really care about anyway, you don't really want to be near them, then be happy that you're not invited to their party. Like he said, you do not have to bear with the insults of his doorstep. How many sycophants, go to parties in order and then get berated and put to shame by, jerks in power who feel that they can get away with anything. Meanwhile, you're at home snacking on whatever you like, watching Netflix or whatever. You have not given up your honor in order to please the powerful. And that is actually something. That is not nothing. That is a very powerful something. That is maintaining control over the things that are truly in your power. Now, I don't have the opportunities to even suck up to the rich and powerful myself in my daily life, but I'm sure if we start thinking this way, we can realize that not buying that piece of crap plastic thing that takes batteries that we think we want really badly, if we don't buy it, we still have the money that we would have spent. We haven't damaged the environment. We have if we are trying to get a raise, we might consider only allowing our good work to be the effort we've put in to getting that raise, and not offering to wash the boss's car or putting in extra hours while neglecting our family and things like that. We might decide what price are we willing to purchase this recognition, and what are we not willing to do. And then if someone else gets the raise, don't lament. Say, I paid the price I was willing to pay, but I will not pay more. And other people obviously were willing to pay more. And don't be upset. Say, well, I had more time with my family. I had more time at home than this person does. Maybe I came out on top in this deal. So turn it around. See things from a different perspective. Things may not be as bad as you think, if you are in command of the things you control. But the only way to really live this way is to be more mindful, to think about what you're willing to do, what your values are. If you just go day to day to day like a ball being bounced around between two ping pong paddles, never having time to think before the next thing hits you, it's going to be hard to steer in a direction that matches your values, your goals. But if you can pause for a moment and say, no, I'm not willing to do that. Yes, I am willing to do this, and this is where I want to go. Then we can start living philosophically instead of just reacting to events as they occur. All right, everyone. Thank you for your support. Patrons, stay tuned for a minute after the credits. I'll chat with you for a bit. But for everyone else, thank you so much for joining the Sunday Stoic podcast this week. And seize the day. Carpe diem.
Thank you for listening to the Sunday Stoic. Become a member of the Sunday Stoic team. Earn rewards by becoming a patron at www.patreon.com/SundayStoic. Contact the show by emailing sundaystoic@gmail.com. And as Steve always says, Carpe Diem.
Steve here. Just wanted to touch base with you for a moment. Just a reminder, the Path to Flourishing Stoic Conference is coming up on, I think, June the 5th. I think that'll be the Practical Path to Flourishing. I think that'll be worth checking out. So be sure to do that.